If you're standing in the kitchen aisle or scrolling late at night, wondering whether a French door fridge is really worth the extra square footage and price, you're not alone. Most of us have already learned the hard way that a mismatched refrigerator can turn a tidy pantry into a chaotic freezer maze, or leave you constantly refilling that water pitcher because the dispenser is just out of reach. You want something that actually fits your family's rhythm, not a showroom piece that looks great but ends up being a daily annoyance. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's talk about the LG LF25H6330S, a 24.5 cubic foot French door model that promises an external water and ice dispenser, flexible storage, and some smart home connectivity. The first question is, does it deliver on the promises that matter when you're loading groceries after a weekend market trip or trying to keep the kids' snacks organized? The biggest draw for many buyers is the extra space. At 24.5cuft you get a full-size fridge that can hold 3 standard grocery bags of produce, a couple of frozen pizza boxes, and still have room for those tall milk jugs. The 3-door layout means the fridge and freezer compartments are separated, so you can grab a quick snack without opening the freezer and losing cold air. In real households, that translates to fewer temperature fluctuations, which is something you'll notice if you're particular about ice cream texture or have a lot of fresh meats that need consistent cooling. The external water and ice dispenser is another selling point that feels convenient on paper. In practice, the dispenser sits on the right side of the door, so you don't have to open the refrigerator to get a glass of filtered water or a handful of ice cubes. If you have a busy morning routine, kids demanding cereal, coffee brewing, toast popping up, the ability to get ice without fiddling with a built-in bin can shave a few seconds off each breakfast. The built-in filter also means you don't have to buy a separate water pitcher, which can be a cost saver over time. But there are trade-offs. The dispenser is external, which means you need to connect a water line directly to the back of the unit. If your kitchen doesn't already have a line nearby, you may end up hiring a plumber or doing a DIY run that could be more involved than you expect. That's a hidden cost that first-time buyers sometimes overlook. Additionally, the ice output is modest. It produces standard cubes at a decent speed, but if you're looking for a fast-fill bar-size ice maker, you might find it a little sluggish during a party. Inside, the flexible storage layout is worth a closer look. LG equips this model with 6 door shelves and a series of bins that slide out for easy access. In a family of 4, the topmost shelf typically becomes the snack zone. Granola bars, snack packs, and juice boxes stay within reach. The middle shelves handle larger containers like soda bottles, while the lower bins are perfect for produce bags that need a little airflow. The freezer side contains a full-width drawer that can accommodate a standard pizza box without crowding the rest of the frozen items. For people who like to keep a small bulk stash of frozen veggies, the drawer's depth makes it easier to pull out a single bag without having to dig through a cramped shelf. Energy consumption is a concern for many shoppers, especially now that utility bills are creeping up. This fridge carries the Energy Star badge, which means LG has tuned the compressor and insulation to reduce wattage while still keeping the interior at the right temperature. In everyday terms, you might notice a slightly lower monthly electric bill compared with an older, non-certified model. The savings aren't dramatic, but over a 5-year ownership period they add up enough to justify the modest price premium for many families. Now let's talk about the smart side. The LF25H6330S includes Wi-Fi connectivity and LG's SmartThinQ app. Through the app you can monitor the interior temperature, receive alerts if the door stays open too long, and even run a diagnostic check if you suspect a problem. For tech-savvy homeowners, this is a neat convenience that can prevent food spoilage. The app also lets you control the ice maker and water dispenser settings remotely, which can be useful if you want to stop ice production while you're away for a weekend. However, the smart features are not essential for the fridge's core performance, and if you're not comfortable tinkering with apps, you'll likely never use them. In that sense, the smart tech is a nice bonus rather than a necessity. Who should buy this fridge? If you have a medium-sized family, a kitchen layout that already includes a water line near the fridge, and you appreciate the convenience of an external dispenser, the LG LF25H6330S hits the sweet spot. It also works well for people who like to keep their fridge organized with separate snack and beverage zones, thanks to the multiple shelves and sliding bins. The Energy Star rating and decent capacity make it